Hi, y'all. Hey. Gotta- Hey, you guys. I'm like trying to adjust my chair, so I'm like in the middle of the screen. Hey, I hope you guys are well. Good afternoon. It's 1 p.m. here on the East Coast, and we're going to open and play with a few of the palettes that Temptalia and Sydney Grace, it's the collaboration that they did together. I hope you guys are having a good Sunday. What are y'all up to? Anything fun? I am putting on some makeup. I didn't have anything on. I was like, oh, I need to put on some makeup. So we are wearing the 5.5 Bisque Tom Ford Shade Illuminate. So fun. So how was your weekend? Tell me all the things too. Need to know. I haven't done a live in a while. I missed y'all. I missed the live. I love a good live. Like, I just do. So fun. We'll give everyone a second or so. Hop on. And then we'll get started on the eyeshadow. I wanted to do some shadow, like swatches and comparisons and all the things. So I'm really excited about it. They look really beautiful. Y'all notice anything a little different? Chop my hair. And it's so much lighter, you guys. It's just so much lighter. And I darkened it because it gets so bright in this like summertime or whatnot. So yeah, so I just chopped it off. And my husband doesn't like it very much, but you know, he'll get over it. It's totally fine. I have some new makeup by Mario products, you guys. I'm loving the new makeup by Mario products that he just came out with. I'm just putting on a little makeup while we're just waiting. Because I did do this little impromptu. I was like, you know what, let's go live and look at these palettes. So might be fun to do. This is the new bronzer from Mario. It's very nice. I like to use it kind of all over, you know. And then I did get one of his sticks. This is Earthy Pink. Hi, Katrina. Hi, Michelle. Hi. I know. I was like, oh, we'll just give everyone a minute or so because it was more of an impromptu live, like I was saying before. And I'm just throwing on some just basics here, and then we'll look at these palettes because I am so excited about them. Yeah, they just came in the mail yesterday. I got them in PR, which I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. You know, I'm like, oh wow, this is so nice. Anywho's, I got the brand new, let's see, I have my sheet here in front of me because I don't want to mess it up. Sydney Grace and Temptalia collection. So here's the collection. Let's see, I want to make sure I have them right. There's 3 eyeshadow palettes. So here's what they look like. I know, Michelle, I was like, I can't believe it's crazy. I still don't believe it sometimes that I, received this. Oh my gosh, it's just so kind. And I'm not going to be able to do this. It's so kind. I mean, I'm just honored, quite frankly. Okay, so here is what it looks like. So this is a 3 palette collaboration. Can you see it okay? Okay, hold on. Is that right? Yeah. A 3 palette collaboration with Sydney Grace and Temptalia. Each palette will be available in deep and light. My versions are the light versions, y'all, and they can be mixed and matched to create the perfect set. And it's releasing on June 18th at 9 a.m. PST. And you can get them on sydneygraceco.com, and they're $40 per palette, or the set of 3 is $100. So this is the cool artwork. So when you put them together and it's so cool. I mean, it's really neat. In person, they look really cool. And I like too, so these are in sleeves. So I'll just start with the top one. So this is kind of the top of, this is the Quintessence palette. And I like that the sleeves match. They match the palette, guys. So you remember, right? Remember. But yeah, I like that about it as well. But this is the Quintessence palette. See, yeah, there you can see. And I do have a few lights on just because it is so dreary out. The natural lighting in my in this room right now is just not very good. It would be very dark. So it's a celestial fantasy. Yeah, can you see? Okay. Let's see. Hold on, I like that, and I also like that you can kind of bend it back. All right, there we go. Pretty, right? Oh, let me turn it over so you can read the names as I stick my fingers in them. So this one here is a celestial fantasy through a constellation of vivid tones and otherworldly finishes. It is inspired by all things space. That's kind of cool. All things space, the twinkling of the stars in the dreams of nebulae, on an endless journey through the galaxies and beyond. It's kind of cool, isn't it? That is so cool. So definitely space. I can totally see that, right? Now, I really like Sydney Grace's formula. I think they are very, very nice. And I think that, you know, from a matte perspective, shimmer perspective, all of that, they're really beautiful. I really like her stuff. What do y'all think? Have y'all tried her things or whatnot? Her shadow palettes? Curious. Okay, so this is the middle one, and this one here, it's like the moon and everything like that is on the horizon, and it says, come back down to earth from a voyage through space with grounded, grungy neutrals that are intertwined with murmurs of color designed to inspire and complement your favorite neutral palettes. So this is what this one looks like. So this is the On the Horizon palette, more neutral in nature, but it does have some color so that you can kind of have that pop to it. I'm really curious about that navy Midnight Courage. We'll play around with them too. So that is On the Horizon. And then this one here is Radiant Reflection, but this one is take a moment to reflect on the faceted nature of each of us that as individuals and what lies beneath the surface to discover a rainbow of luxurious jewel tones just waiting to be explored. Look at this one, you guys. I mean, look at those jewels. It's pretty unique. I love the greens. I feel like no one does greens. No one does greens. Anyone else? And the blues are so kind of emeraldy. Are not emeraldy. That's a green, Jen. The blues are really, really pretty. Just vibrant. So we're going to swatch and play. Which one do we want to start with? Quintessence, On the Horizon, or Radiant Reflection? I'm curious to know what you would like to see first. I'm just going to throw on, what is this? Hyssop by Chantecaille. All right, let's do the first one, Quintessence. I'm going to put these down while we play. And so funny, before before every haircut, my husband says, don't cut it too short. Well, I kind of just did it. He's like, I come home and he's like, I don't like it. The only time he ever notices is if I cut it. Now, I did dye my hair and he's like, oh, I don't mind the color, but he's so funny. All right, let's start with some of these here. This is the Quintessence palette. Let me just double check I'm saying that right. Yep, this is in light. And we're gonna do some swatches here. So Umbra is this black. Hold on, let's see how this looks. Let me take that off. Wow. That's the black, guys. Starting strong. Oh my gosh, that's pretty good, right? All right, let's do this one right beside it. What? Orion Nebula. Hold on, I'm gonna have to like see what I'm doing here. Orion Nebula. Let's see. Hold on. Sorry, my phone was going nuts. Then Aurora. Wow. Hi. Wow, that's Aurora, guys. Let's see. How does this look? It's backwards on the screen. Ooh, that is so cool. That's a different kind of cool. It's got a duochrome effect in it, right? It's kind of purpley. Oh, thank you, Julia. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh my gosh. Okay, Borealis. Ooh, kind of looks like that, right? Right here. Hold on. See? Sorry, my phone is like ringing and it keeps ringing. Okay. So this is a green Borealis. It looks like it has, so this one has purple and kind of blue to it. That was Aurora, which I think it's named very appropriately. Don't you think so too? Borealis is green, as I get it on the other one, but green with some gold, right? Y'all see that? Wow, okay. So green and little like gold sparkle reflex. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Very cool. All right, Galactic Muse. So let's do Galactic Muse. Now, I got stuff on it. Galactic Muse is definitely this kind of green with silvery, more silver. So let's do that. And a little more emerald, right? Don't you feel like that? Definitely more emerald here. And then let's see. Ooh, Interstellar. This is Interstellar here. And I'm gonna go with this finger here. So this is definitely kind of like a blue-green jadey. It's like a jade, really. And pulling that here. Definitely a little bit more. Let me try to get more. That first swatch was a bit patchy. But with swatching, guys, I think swatching definitely is, what's the word? I mean, you can't tell everything from swatches. You know what I mean? Like, just because it doesn't swatch well does not mean it won't perform well, if that makes sense. So that's how I feel. At least I found some don't swatch well at all. And then some are amazing, right? So it just depends on how it really applies on the eye. So I kind of take swatching with a little grain of salt, just for the fact that it could, you know, it could always perform better on the eyes, even if it doesn't swatch well, or it could swatch extremely well and look terrible on us, right? So let's do this one here. This is really, wow. Celestial Bloom. Kind of gritty, a little gritty, but really pretty here. Kind of purpley blue, a little deeper. A lot of blues and greens. You're right. You are right. Definitely a lot more blues and greens than we normally see in just palettes in general. They're pretty deep and pretty pigmented too. So if you're more of a neutral girls, and I have to admit, I'm very much a neutral person, like neutral person. So, you know, these are a little out there for me even. But it's fun to play and try and stuff like that. So let's see. This one here is the Milky Way. And oh, that is kind of neat, right? Kind of has a really pretty reflect to it. And here is this swatched kind of pinky purple duochrome. You see that sheen? Huh. It's kind of got silver. Oh, goodness. It's like green and pink purple. I like that shade. Now, would I, like if I were to pick certain shades, something like that, I would buy as like a single, right? That'd be kind of a pretty single to buy for sure. Reaching Zenith is this one. So we're going to try that one here. And just put it here. Swatches, not well. Let me try again. So, but these mattes are going to probably be, yeah, it's not the best, but it looks okay on the finger. So it just depends, right? And I'm getting a pretty good amount of fallout. So I just, FYI. Let me grab another. Because some of these are glittery, but they're, you see how they have a lot of, see how they're kind of thicker in glitter? So just an FYI, it's just the formulation, what it is. Let's see. This is Parallax. Parallax here. Ooh, a pretty gray taupey shade for sure. And doing that. That is what that looks like. And this is the light one. I was sent these three, and this is the light version. I do know that some of the mattes are deeper in the deep versions. So just an FYI. This is Cyrus Starlight, and it is a silver. Ooh, very silver. Look at this. Okay, let's try that one. Ooh, yes. That is like really silver. Very silver. Very pretty. And then last but not least, in this palette, so we're going to do my constellation. So let's see what my constellation, and this one definitely has almost, it looks like pink and purples, and can you see this? That's really pretty, pinks and purples, and almost maybe a deep plum base. There you go. Yeah, that one's really pretty. So this, oh, Southern, this is the first palette in her collection, Temptalia and Sydney Grace. This is the Quintessence palette, and this is what it looks like. Kind of the sky, and it's more inspired by constellations and things like that. So that is, these are the swatches for those. I would say swatch-wise, just so far, I'm really drawn to kind of this pinky shade, this one here, kind of this one, maybe this one here, that purple right here. I don't know. I have never worn a lot of greens, so that would be cool to try. So let's try a few of these on, right? Do you want to try these on first and just see what happens? Maybe we can play. Let's play with, and I don't have any primer on. Sometimes when I play a lot with eyeshadow, I don't put a lot of primer on because it can be kind of irritating. There you go. Let's take parallax here, and I'm just going to use that on the eye here. Let's see. I've got stuff all over this mirror. Hold on. Let me take the thing off the mirror. I'm like, let's see if I can get a mirror. I had my nails done, and I had like the gel. Have y'all ever done that? So satisfying. Yeah, they didn't. My nails did not like them because they were pretty much ruined after I got done with them. And I was like, oh man. Yeah, they're pretty, yeah. Definitely teal. What do you want me to use? More grays, or what would you like me to use for these? Greens, blues? I can do a green look and a blue look. What do you think? Y'all let me know. I'll start with the gray in the crease and just see what happens. Is there one shade in particular you want to see more than the other? So I'm starting with Parallax, which is the light gray. And I'm just trying it in the crease just to see how this, because this one didn't, remember this one didn't swatch well, right? But does it not blend really nicely on the lid? And it almost pulls a little purple on me. Can you tell? Almost a little purple. Interesting, because it's super gray. This is why it is really interesting to try different people trying different shades. Very interesting because they pull so differently on different people depending on the undertone of the skin, you know? It's just fascinating. I feel like that's just really fascinating. Okay. So we are going to put this Reaching Zenith shade right there. And we're going to put this in the crease. Guys, this is pulling purple. Interesting. Do you see this? Some of the dark blue. Do y'all see how that's pulling? It's not like gray. Okay, dark blue we will do. Look at that. That is, sorry, my hair's in the way. That is really cool. Like, I kind of like this shade pull, how it looks, because it's simple, right? Ooh, I like it. I know, Margaret. I didn't plan it. I just wore this because it's like the most comfy. This from Athleta. Oh, Athleta is actually having a sale. I ordered a few things. They're 20% off today. Yeah, I totally ordered stuff from that. I can get the code for you guys and put it below if you're interested. I think it's on my stories if you guys want to go look. But yeah, this is like the softest and most comfy. And I got the matching shorts. I'm like so obsessed with Athleta right now. Look at these shorts, how cute, right? Okay, sorry. I digress. I was like so excited about it. But I didn't plan for it to match. I didn't know it was going to be like that, right? You're probably like, oh, Jen, just going off on her tangents. Okay, so let's do Aurora. How do I want to do it though? Do I want to do it with what do I want to do? I think I'm going to do it with a flat brush, maybe. Okay. All right, we'll do it. We'll do it with a flat brush. And we will do, sorry, I just washed all my brushes. Y'all be so proud of me. So proud. All right, let's do Aurora. Now, Aurora was the shade that I thought was just really beautiful. And you could totally use your fingers, guys, and really build these up. But we're just going to try it kind of on with a light brush. You can definitely look at that, guys. Wow. You can definitely sheer this and get a really pretty just on the lid. So it's almost like when you blink, right? When you blink, it's like, oh, she's got something funky on her lids, or she's got something cool on her lids, you know? Or it's not super all over the lid, I guess, if that makes sense. And then you know what I mean. All right, so that's that. That's Aurora. What do we think of that? Kind of pretty. All right, so that's Aurora, the lid. Oh, thank you. It's kind of cool. It's not too much, right? I don't feel like it's not, you know how I will be honest, some of these shades kind of are scary to me because I'm not wearing bold shades all the time, you know? But I love to play and kind of see what comes of them. For example, Celestial Bloom seems really deep to me, but I think it's all in the way that you apply and you use the actual shade. Like if I want to deepen the crease here, I could totally do that with that shade and it not be as, it's more of a blended effect, I guess. Does that make sense? Okay. When I'm doing, and I'm using the same brush because, I mean, I don't know. This Milky Way shade, that's the one that I thought was just so pretty, kind of galactic space looking, really gorgeous. I thought that was a cool, neat, pretty shade. It had a little bit of that green in it. But it works really well on top of this. What do we think? And you know, I had a lot of fallout when I was swatching, but there's hardly any fallout. Well, I'll be darned. That's really pretty. I mean, what do you think? I kind of like it. I didn't do my brows. Who am I? Oh my goodness, y'all. So what do you think of a purple eye like this? Do you think it's too much? Do you think I'm kind of curious. Are you a neutral girl like me? Or is it kind of cool and different and unique? Let me know. I'm curious to know what you guys like to wear on a daily basis or kind of what your eye looks are usually like. Thank you, Michelle. I have to fill in these eyebrows because they're driving me nuts. Y'all like that too? Like if you look at yourself in the mirror, you're kind of like, something's missing. And you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't do my brows. Or y'all must be, I feel like your eyebrows they just make your face more defined, if you know what I mean. I'm using the Kosas eyebrow pencil. Oh my gosh, FedEx is driving around today. It's Sunday. Is that normal? Like, since when do they work on a Sunday? Definitely out of my comfort zone, but doesn't look, I don't feel like it looks too crazy. It's definitely out of my comfort zone. And I do feel, let's add a little mascara because I think if you add mascara, it might look a little bit less intense too. I feel like mascara helps to solve like everything. And I promised I would use a different mascara. So I'm using the Jones Road. I feel like if y'all have different mascara recommendations or mascaras that you want me to try, I'm happy to try because I feel like I use the same ones over and over. But this is Jones Road mascara. This is so good. This is my second one. This one was, they actually gifted this one to me, which I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. Really a good mascara. It was my favorite mascara like that came out last year. Okay. There we go. What do we think? What do you think? good? Skipper's barking in the background. It's my dog. He's a golden doodle. All right, I'm gonna get these swatches off my arms real quick. There he is. One moment. All right, I think we're good with that one. I kind of like this purple R. Okay, let's try green now. I can't believe that gray turned purple on me, which is quite interesting, I feel like. Let's try, how should we do? We want green, right? Should I just go in with the green? Should I, what do we think we should do here? Should I do Interstellar? Should I do Interstellar's right here? Just go in with the green all over. Do this one. What do we think? Thinking maybe do an Interstellar. So I'm going to use, and I'm just using a Jones Road eye blending brush, and I'm just taking it and literally going like that, and I'm going to pop it off like that. And we are going to play with this green. I'm a little nervous. Oh. So this blending brush by Jones Road Beauty is quite an interesting brush. It's nice. It doesn't have as much flexibility to it than I had hoped, but it's just different than what I'm used to using. Whereas I feel like, you know, I'm used to using something that's a little bit more floppy, or it just kind of goes in the crease more, but this has a little bit more density to it. So you can definitely build it up, but I didn't get a lot. So this is green. That is that shade here. Thank you, Monica. You're so sweet. Thank you. So that Interstellar, let's just build it a little bit more. And I might have like blown it out a little too much, but it is what it is, kind of thing. And this isn't going to be perfect, you guys. This is the first time I've been playing with them, but it gives us an idea of kind of what they would look like on the eyes. And honestly, it's Sunday, it's gross out, and I was like, let's just play. Let's just play, right? Anyone else just love to play? I'm kind of like that. All right, well, that is actually super pretty. I mean, it's not blended super well. I have to clean it up, but so far, okay. And then what else? Let's take, we want Galactic Muse and Borealis. Borealis, I like that name, Borealis. Okay, so let's take Borealis, which has that gold under, like the gold, and this one has silver. So, and this one's a little bit more teal, and this one's definitely more green, right? Yeah. All right, so Borealis is what we'll take first, and I am using a brush. This is what it looks like on the brush. And that. You know, I have to say, I was a little nervous about these older shades, but they're actually not as like bold as I thought they would be. Whew. I like that. What do we think? Thanks. Huh. Let's see. Let's see if I can take that, and it's like bold, but it has that sparkle effect to where it's not too bold, if that makes sense. Like I would totally wear this one out, right? I think I blended this one up a little bit too much. Like if I were to take this down a little bit, I blended that one out a little bit too much for my liking. But I find that if I take it and just kind of blend it above, right in the crease, yeah. What do you think? Really pretty. All right, let's do Galactic Muse. Now that's the one that's a little bit more teal. And I'm just going to see what this looks like kind of on the outer. Can you tell? Yeah, definitely. Ooh, very cool. And of course, cleaning up around the eye or whatever. But if I took like this, I'm like going nuts now. Like, what if I took that? Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they're almost like a wearable bold, right? I don't know. Is there such thing? But so I just kind of rubbed it off a little bit and I put it right here. Can you tell? And just getting a bit more. Hold on, let me grab a bit more. And then clean it up. But, ooh, okay. Okay, and then the Milky Way one was the one we put over, kind of over this eye. So just to see, like right here, what do we think? I feel like that is the shade in here that just calms everything down a bit, but brings it like this pretty sheen. I'm looking kind of galactic. Not in a bad way, but it's definitely galactic. I can totally see the names behind it, is what I mean. So those are two different eye looks. I don't know, it's going to bug me if I don't clean it up. Excuse me. Those are two different eye looks with the green and the purple. Let me throw on this mascara because, you know, I just want to complete it. I have to complete to make sure that we have a good look together. Jones Road. Right here. Yeah, I'm liking it. What do we think? Which one do you like best? Green or purple? Anything else you would want to see from this palette? We can always play with it in a little bit, but that was kind of the first ones that I saw. So I was like, oh, let's do that. All right, let's go on to the next palette. Let's do dropping stuff. On the Horizon, purple. I know, I kind of like the purple too. It's different, right? I feel like it really is a vibe for sure. All right, so this is, I think, probably one of, for me, would be the palette, right? Because it's definitely more neutral in nature with some pops of color that I really like, and more of those like neutral pops of colors, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead and, this is Heart Dog here. Heart Dog, Earthbound, and Desert Spoon. These are pretty. Ooh, I'm really excited. Okay, so sorry, I can't. Hold on. Oh, bless. I'm having issues. Okay. So here we go. This is Heart Dog. Okay. This is Earthbound. And this is, whoops, Desert Spoon. So there you go. All right. Next up is Magellan's Light. So hold on, let me wipe my fingers off here. I'm kind of liking this green side, right? Really cool, huh? The pigment's real, guys. Look at this. That's some pigment. Need another one. Only use whites to, like, if I'm doing swatches. It's so funny. Get all nasty. All right, so let's do Magellan's Light, or Magellan's Light, Phoenix Awakens, October Odyssey. And if you guys are watching a replay or something, I will put timestamps in here because, you know, in case you don't want to watch all thing. So here is Magellan's Light. Here is Phoenix Awakes. And here is October Odyssey. All right. Definitely more kind of that. Doesn't this remind you of kind of like Pillow Talk vibes right here? Hi, Hannah. I feel like that one. I mean, you know, everyone does those shades, right? Okay. Let's see what's next. Hold on. Let me see if I have. Let's see if I have a thing in here. Okay. All right, so next up we're going to do Midnight Courage. That blue is, I love a good navy. Y'all love a good navy? Oh, look at that. Okay, Flying. You're like, oh my gosh, she's crazy. And Lunar Illumination. Okay, now that Lunar Illumination is like right up my alley. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Midnight Courage. That swatches pretty well, guys. Okay, Flying High. Okay, Lunar Illumination. Definitely has this like really pretty jewel tone effect to it. Like, isn't that pretty? I like that. Hi, Feth. So glad you guys can make it to the impromptu live. Just like, oh, let's play. I was telling everyone earlier, I was saying that, oh my gosh, it's so gloomy here and kind of like, so, oh my gosh, Allie, no worries. We're just playing. And then let's go to Infinite Echoes here. I'm only on the second one. Secura Glow. I love that. And then Calming Presence. Ooh, okay. So let's do Infinite Echoes right here. I'm going to run out of space. Okay. That's kind of your matte cool brown. Secura Glow right there. And Calming Presence. Ooh. So this is that, let's see, this is the On the Horizon palette. These are the shades. Definitely more neutral. The lavender light pink. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Yeah, playing is so fun. Oh, thank you, Allie. Oh, thanks. Okay, so these are eyeshadows looks. This is and these are the eyeshadow looks that we created from the Quintessence palette. We were just playing around with primarily the blues, or it's really blues, purples, greens. They kind of look a little bit more purple than blue on the eye, but they look very blue in the pan. So definitely Interesting, right? Yeah. So I'm going to take these off with some micellar real quick. And then we'll play with this palette. I mean, why not? That's what I like to do is play. Anyone else? All right. I actually really loved, I think the purple was my favorite from that palette so far. I mean, from what, like I said, first time using them, but so far, I was really liking that purple. Ooh, yes. Lavender, light pink. It's very pretty. That would be a good single for sure. It's not wanting to come off. Oh, goodness. There we go. Okay, that's as good as it's going to get, guys. Okay. Okay. Is it pretty good? I think it's okay. Oh, hey, Jen. Oh, thanks. Yeah. No, I'm excited. So this is the second palette like we were talking about, the On the Horizon, and we're going to play with this palette now on the lid, and I'm going to do green. Okay, let's do green because, you know, why not? This Desert Spoon is just like, hey, Jen, don't you want to put me on your eyes? It's calling me, right? Okay, so I think I'm going to put, whoa, mama. Oh, my goodness, look at that. Hello, green. Let's see how you are going to pull on me, though. Are you going to pull green? Like you are green. Wow. Huh. That's a green, y'all. That is a legit green. Oh, yes. How amazing. Beautiful. I must have a bit, like I have a yellow undertone, kind of more golden undertone to my skin. So I think it kind of pulls a bit more yellow in nature from a green perspective. Isn't the color, like the whole color story type thing, is so interesting how things pull. I just think it's so cool. Like the science behind it is so neat. I know. Oh, Hannah's so fun. I know. Aren't they all the best? I mean, just so great. So amazing and creative and beautiful women. I love it. Okay. What do we think? That green. That's green. That's green. That is green. Okay, let's do Earthbound beside it. So Earthbound is right here. And I'm going to use the same because, you know, that is going on the lid. Yes. So, Allie, it's releasing on June 18th at 9 a.m. PST. And they are $40 for each palette. Like if you just buy, you know, one, they're 40. But if you get all three, it's 100 and US dollars. And then there's three palettes. There's a deep and a light version. The ones I'm showing you today are the light version. And they're on sydneygraceco.com. So that is the information about where you can purchase and things like that. Okay. What do we think? That's some green. You're so welcome. It is more wearable, I think. I concur. It's definitely more wearable. That is some green, but I think you could pop. I mean, I've used a lot of green. You could definitely almost like, okay, so now I'm going to take this October Odyssey and I don't know, I'm just going to play and put it like right in the crease a bit and, you know, play around and you could deepen it a bit, you know, however you want. But yeah, I kind of like it though. It's kind of fun. All right, what do we want to use next? Let's do, what do y'all want? Y'all want me to use the purple? Blue and purple together, maybe? Let's try this blue, the Midnight Courage, that matte blue. Let's use that like right here. And I'm trying to put it right here in the crease just to see. Gosh, it's been a while since I've used blues like this. I don't feel like a lot of palettes have come out with these color stories, which I'm kind of thankful for. It's something different. It's kind of unique. Very much out of my comfort zone because I'm usually the one buying like all the really light, airy kind of shades, neutral in tone. But I kind of like, I mean, that is so wearable. It's so wearable. Does it translate to on the camera? Can you see? That's that navy. That is really nice, y'all. What do you think? What do you think? I'm curious. And then I'm going to use that kind of, this one right here real quick. I'm just going to see, you know, we're just going to see what that looks like right here. Maybe on the lash line a little bit and up and in. Very cool. That's really nice. Has a silver reflect to it, not a ton of fallout or anything like that, even with this deeper shade. Little bit here, but not like not like, you know, some of these shades can really just make your under eyes look almost really deep. It's not like that. I mean, you just wipe it away and it was fine. And then I'm taking this Lunar Illumination because I'm fancy. Trying to be fancy. Oh, goodness, here. Hold on, let me put my, I'm going to see. Be right here. Oh, yes. What do we think about that? Into that blue? And over. And then I'm using that Hurt Dog, which is like this. And throwing it in. Ooh, yes. That is a highlight, friends. Like if you want that on the top here, that is going to be like, bam. I got to blend that out, but you know what I mean, right? I don't know what I mean. That's funny. Very cool. Wow. That turned very frosty there. Look at, I mean, two massively different eye looks, right? But I feel like this one's definitely very wearable. Hold on, we're gonna play again with this one because I think this one's like, I don't know. I just really like this palette so far. The other one is definitely galactic, very space-like, which is totally on theme. But this one seems more like, she described it as grunge, earthy grunge type shadows, which I can totally see with the greens and the kind of, hold on, we're gonna get the big guys out. This stuff is not coming off. Hold on. been getting the big cats out. Here we go. I got the Chanel Bi-Phase Eye Makeup Remover, y'all. This stuff is legit. It's so good. Yeah, see? Look how much easier that is. So much easier. Do y'all use this? Any of the Chanel Bi-Phase or their skincare? I like a lot of their stuff. Okay. All right, so I'm going to leave this one on, and we are going to play a little more. I am going to go in. Yes, I do, Hannah. I'll get them out when we're done so that I can show you. If you have to leave or whatever, just come back and I'll show them. Definitely will show the other ones. Oh yes, Allie loves her blue. Thank you. Yay, I'm so glad you guys like it. Oh, thank you. Hey, Jane. Okay, so this one definitely is the one that's not so dark and not blue. This is more neutral. This is probably the most neutral. It's called On the Horizon. And here are the swatches, just so you can see them. Definitely more neutral in nature. You're tempted to get the one with my screens because then, yeah. I know she does, doesn't she? Gosh, I've been following her for forever. All right, let's see. Let's do Infinite Echoes, this one here. And whoops. We're going to do that in the crease and see if we can get a good neutral eye from this palette, because I think we can. So this one is definitely a purpley brown, cool brown shade. You can see how it's pulling on my skin tone. Very pretty indeed. These are performing so well, y'all. I'm not surprised because Sydney Grace's shadows do perform very well. But I kind of am surprised about how well they're pulling or how they're performing, because the swatches were a little different than what I expected. I thought that they would be better swatch-wise, but doing well, y'all. I mean, so far so good. Thinking Secura Glow, which is this kind of pinky shade here. I'm going to use that kind of right here, kind of on the outer, a little bit more, just fading. I still have a bit pop of color. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a little bit more neutral. So Magellan's Light. Magellan's Light is kind of this really pretty gold, dusty color. And then there's a copper right beside it, which I think is so pretty. Let's just play with this one first. Yeah, okay. So I am applying these with a brush. You can apply them with a finger too. So if I wanted to apply it with a finger, it's actually quite easy to do. And that is it. What do you think? That's very nice. Oh, thank you so much, Shane. So sweet. That is very neutral. If we want to try Phoenix Awakes, that's like that. And it's definitely more kind of sunset ready gold. I'm just putting it on top just to see how they layer too. They layer so nicely. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Thank you. So that is I mean, look at the contrast. You can get this eye look out of this palette or this eye look out of this palette. That's insane. It just like blows my mind. I don't know why. It just does. Anyone else? Very cool, right? Isn't it fun? Oh my gosh, so fun. Okay, let's take this one off. Here we go. What's your favorite eye look so far? I'm curious to know what your favorites are. The blue. All right. So let's go to the next one, guys. Let me take this off my arm and we'll go to the last one. Look at that. Very cool. This is so fun. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me. If you can only stay for a little bit or, you know, it just means so much to me. So thank you. All right, so we did Quintessence and we did this one. I'm gonna put this one away because, and this is the last one in light. This is called Radiant Reflection. And radiant reflection is to take a moment to reflect on the faceted nature of each of us as individuals and what lies beneath the surface to discover a rainbow of luxurious jewel tones just waiting to be explored. These are really cool. And, you know, now that I'm looking about this, let's look and hold on. No, not that one. So this one's definitely, the Quintessence palette is definitely a lot cooler. See, like this one's definitely cooler. That was the first palette we tried. This one is the second palette on the horizon. Definitely a lot more neutral, right? Kind of have a little bit of both cool and neutral tones. And then this one here is, I would say it's probably more of like neutral jewel tones, don't you think? Not really a lot of warmth, which I'm kind of, I mean, quite frankly, I'm kind of thankful for. We get a lot of warm palettes here nowadays, and that's kind of something different, right? Oh, thank you, Judy. Oh, thank you, Hannah. Yes, it doesn't, it's not stinging my eyes. It takes everything off, like with this particular one. Okay, we are going to swatch these. Now, we got some pinks in here, y'all. Here you go. Okay, let's see. Unstoppable Love. So we've got Unstoppable Love, Operos, and Temptalia. So she named this after herself. Okay, so one moment. So this is Unstoppable Love. See how they're swatching a little, I mean, they're okay, but they're not like the most amazing swatch ever, but they've been performing so beautifully on the eyes. Ooh, that pink. Look at that. Bye, Hannah. You're welcome. Have a good day. Thanks for coming. Oh my goodness, y'all. Okay, so that's good. So far, so good there. Let's see. Then we're going into purple blue type things. So I like in this palette, she didn't just like, we've got some kind of berry, pink, purple, blue, kind of all the spectrum shades, if that makes sense in a way. Nothing like just one shade, like different shades of pink, if that makes sense. Okay. Can I say if that makes sense one more time? All right. Forget Her Not, Starry, Our Starry Night, and Gloss Over. What is, ooh, look at that. All right, so this is Forget Her Not. This is Our Starry Night. And this is Gloss Over. Sorry, not the most straight swatch. But you know. What do we think? Ah, so cool. All right. Now let's go to Sumptuous Serendipity. Phosphines. Jen, can't read. Oh, I think I'm gonna like that one. Dearest Constant. Okay. So we've got Sumptuous Serendipity. We've got Phosphines. That's my shade. And we've got Dearest Constant. Like these two together. Oops. That's me, like right here. Okay. Anyone else? Let's see. What's next? All right. So Exquisite Opulence. This one, guys. Exquisite Opulence. Wow. Jealousy's Descent. And Sublime Reverie. Ooh. She loves some greens, huh? Okay, so here is Exquisite Opulence. That is like a gold, a yellow gold. Jealousy's Descent. And this is that, what is it? Sublime Reverie. Okay, I'll do that one first. So that's what we've got, guys, with the last palette in her collection, Radiant Reflection. So those are all the swatches, and I've got I've got stuff on my computer. You're so welcome. Of course. Yeah, y'all just let me know what y'all want to see. I'm happy to do whatever's helpful. Okay. So these are the swatches for the Radiant Reflection palette. What do you think? There you go. Which ones do you want to see? Beth, you said you wanted to see these two. What other eye look do we want to see? Let me know. And I'll start with that, Beth. So we can go ahead and get started. If there's other ones you want to see, just let me know, and I'm happy to do. However, it's so fun. I have the first brown. Hold on, let me double check. 1 second. Let me find my brush. There we are. So you're saying you want this brown, right? Dearest, that one and this one, right? Oh, you're wanting Unstoppable Love. That one. Oh, this one and that one. She's like, yeah, that one. Okay, I gotcha. Okay. Ooh. Okay. That's that shade. Very cool. What do we think? More neutral, right? Definitely a neutral wearable shade here. That's called Dearest Constant. And let's see, let's do this phosphines, not phosphines, what am I thinking? Phosphines. Let's do that all over the lid. I mean, these apply with a brush so beautifully. That is amazing one and done, guys. Like that shade. Yes, Jane, she did. I got the light palettes. They were gifted. These are available on the 18th at 9 p.m. PST on sydneygraceco.com. So not sponsored. They were just gifted to me. So yeah, I like this. What do you think? Hold on. Let me try a little bit more in the crease here. Kind of just, I don't know. I'm just playing and seeing what happened. Do we want to use Unstoppable Love, that first shade, just to see the purpley pink? It's kind of purple, just to see how it builds with this. That's Unstoppable Love in the crease too. So that was this shade here. This one, whoops, that one, and this one. So that is that, kind of like a pretty cool shade here. And then let's do a, all right, so I'm also going to go in with Dearest Constant, the same kind of brown shade we were using. As just in, this is a great, kind of just a really pretty transition. It's pretty, right? Excuse me. Just blends. Very easy. And then I might try, okay, I'm going to try, I'm kind of going out of my comfort zone here. I'm like, what do I want to do? Opera Rose is this shade here, right there, right there. Yeah, Opera Rose. And I'm just going to take that in the outer corner and really put that on the outer corner. And I like to just fade. I mean, I'll wear something kind of deeper on the outer corner and then fade it in. But what I'm going to put on the inner corner, and that looks really red. Okay, looks really red. I'm putting this pink Temptalia shade. And how do I want to do this? I think I'm just going to put it over. You see? So it just gives it some kind of calms it down, if that makes sense. But still has that depth on the corner, right? And still like that pop, but a neutral pop, right? Just to play around a little bit more. I kind of like to try, that's kind of like what I'm doing with this. I'm like, how can I make these look neutral? You know, although they're not their color, I think there's a way to play with these to make them everyday wearable. I mean, don't you think you could just wear something like this? So now I'm taking that Forget Her Not purple. Okay, this is purple. But I'm just going to put it right here, kind of on the outer and lash line area. Just a little bit. I mean, you know. Can you see it? I'm just playing and putting it, these can definitely just It's light. That's that really deep purple in here, guys. Wait, right there. Right? That's pretty. And it looks scary, but it's not. I know, right? Okay, so let's play with this one here. Okay, I'm going to use, let's see. I'm just going to see what this looks like. What if we did a bit of gold? Kind of right here. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but just thinking, just to lighten that outside. There you go. The inside, I mean. Just to give it a little pop. And right here, because this is definitely a gold. You see that? That is this. That is gold. It's not yellow. You know what I mean? It's more gold. Definitely more gold. I mean, it doesn't look very nice with this, the cooler tone eye, but I was just wanting to show you kind of how that was. Let's do this blue, and let's just, can I add it? No, I can't add this. Hold on. I'm going to take off this one. It does, Jane. They kind of do remind you of the PMG, don't they? I think so too. Kind of fun, right? All right, I just took that off quickly just so we can play around with this. And let's see. Oh, the sun's about to come out. It's so nice. Let's do gloss over. Now, gloss over is that kind of baby blue right there. You can see. And I am just going to go right here and put that on as almost an eyeliner, just to line the eye a minute. And go right there. That's a cool way to wear just a little bit of blue, right? Just a little bit. Okay. And then let's do this, the same kind of neutral. I'm glad she put in a transitional brown shade, because I feel like that is pulling the palette together for me in this palette because it's so many colors. But I feel like this is the one that I've been able to play with a little bit more. And I'm just going to throw, I'm going to see. Okay, I'm just going in with this, hold on, Our Starry Night here. And I'm putting, I just want to see what they look like on the eyes more so than anything. So I'm putting it on kind of just the outer corner and going to blend up just a little bit just to give it a pop and blend it in a bit. And a little bit goes a long way with these shades too. You don't have to use a ton. They're very pigmented. So that's that. And then if I want to do phosphines, which is that silvery kind of goodness I liked so much, see how this looks popped over this. And there you have a really cool midnight blue. But wearable midnight blue, I feel like. It's not too much, I guess. Oh, that's kind of cool. I kind of like that. I don't know. I just feel like, do you feel like this is a wearable look? Like you could wear this for a date night. I could wear this daily. When I look at this palette, this does not look like a day look palette. But as I tend to play with it a bit more, it seems a bit more doable for sure. Now you can make it more, you can pop it more if you want, or do less color, but quite the interesting color combination, huh? It's like a midnight sky eye. Hi, hey! Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. So excited you're here. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I'm really liking how, although if I'm looking at this, I would be like afraid to use it because I'm more of a neutral gal. I can kind of turn it into a more neutral eye for me. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, let's try one more. I kind of want to use the greens. So let's do this eye. And the blue shades are so pretty, Monica, definitely. Which is your favorite so far? I think, okay, I don't know if I have a favorite yet because, like I said, I just started trying these. So I don't know. I think I'd have to try them more because I can't really say. But at first use, like the middle one is one that I think I would normally reach for, right? And with that being said, the one that has surprised me most is this one. Because honestly, of all of them, this is the one I'd probably not reach for. But I really like it. I really do. I think it's just surprised me, if I'm quite honest about it. I just, I never thought I would wear something like this. So I'm going to take a Katie Jane Hughes Spectrum, and I'm using it as an eyeliner. And I'm going into Jealousy's Descent right here, this green emeraldy color. And I'm going to take, wrong eye. Everything's backwards on here, so it's kind of like, oh goodness, wrong eye. Okay, so I'm going to take this and just pull. You don't need to wet these, guys, for to use them at all either, which is kind of cool. Very fluid in nature, formulation-wise. All right. So I'm just going to wear this as a liner right here. Beth likes this shade. All right. That is the green. You like this shade? Oh. If I got all three, I would probably all neutrals into a single palette and put the colorful ones in another palette. Oh, you would like to pot them. Ooh. Very cool idea. Let's see. Now I'm like really getting crazy and putting this under the eye. Let's see what that looks like. Does it make my eyes look green or blue or? So that's what we've got here. And then I'm just going to fade this out. And yeah, that's green. I think that's how I would wear this. I'd wear that green like that, and I would take, oh yeah, you know what? They usually are, her shadows are usually are, they look silver in pan, so I'm pretty sure like if you were to depot them that would be the case, but I have not tried. So I'm not going to, I don't know for sure. Hold on, let me put this down. Let's see. I'm like trying to have the mirror set up here. The jewels definitely look amazing as eyeliners. Oh, so they are magnetic, but they're tightly in there. She said they should pop out, Jessica. That's good to know. Thank you so much. Oh, no problem, Monica. Thanks for coming. I'm so glad you're here. I really appreciate it. Have a great dinner. That's fun. Let's see. I know it's just kind of a random Sunday time. I was like, we're going to play with these. Okay, so that is kind of what I would do there and just call it, yeah. That's fun, right? And then if I wanted to get like really fun, I could take the deeper, the Sublime Reverie right there. And we could take that and deepen up the lash line and deepen the crease just a bit right here. You know, just for fun. And then I might take, should we take the pink and go over? Kind of just blend it all. Up and out. There you go. That pink is pretty. What do you think? I know, Jessica. Thank you for coming. It's so cool. I mean, okay, I want to play with this a little bit more. I'm like really interested in the whole making this into more of like a wearable palette, like these jewel tins, because they can be used to really just pop the eye look, right? Okay, let's do. This looks cool. That's kind of neat, right? All right, let's just had to take that off. And we are going to play. What do you want? Do you think, which ones? Do you want to do, what do you think? Y'all tell me. Maybe the gold? You want to see what that looks like? Or the pinks? Or is there anything else? Were there any others in the other palettes that you would want to see different looks for? We have, this is the On the Horizon. You want blue and gold? Okay. On the Horizon, and let's see, and this one is the Quintessence. So if there are any other type, looks, you just let me know. Okay, so we'll do blue and gold together. And I am going to take You know what? I'm going to get that navy out of this one. Where are you? This is out of the On the Horizon palette, the navy. I love a good navy, guys. So this is what I'm going to take right here. I'm going to take this color, Midnight Courage, and I'm going to use a blending brush, if I can find it. There we go. No, I've used a lot of blending brushes today. Oh, goodness. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to take this Midnight Courage, and this is a Chikuhodo blend brush, and I'm going to I know. Well, you know, I have to be honest. I was a little nervous. I mean, but it's kind of, I think it's even more fun to play because I love the challenge of trying to make, because I mean, how would I normally wear it? You know, I'm a mom too, 36. I live at the beach, you know, so how would I necessarily use these to fit kind of my lifestyle? And this is essentially what I would do. And I enjoy the creativity process behind that, if that makes sense. And yeah. You said Sonia G always sells out before I can get even on restocks and with Dark Enduring Love. Oh. Well, these are coming out. So Jen, these are coming out on June 18th at 9 a.m. PST, and they are $40 per palette, or the whole set is $100 US. And you get them on sydneygrace.co, or excuse me, Sydney Drake. Can I speak? sydneygraceco.com. So, and they're having a deep and a light version. These were sent to me complimentary of Sydney Grace and Temptalia. So thank you so much. I just couldn't believe it. But yeah, that's information about it. And so just FYI, I don't know stock, like what their stock is like for that. So Temptalia was on the chat, so I don't know if she has information about the stock or anything like that, and how that might go. So not sure if she's still here, but that might be a great question for her. So let's do this midnight blue here. And I'm taking the lightest hand, guys, the lightest hand, and just taking it along. So this is probably a look I would use with, like, if I was going out to dinner in the evening, something fun like that. So this is a navy shade, very, very light hand, very light hand. Very light here. Okay, so this is the midnight blue, and you can see how light you can make this. So it's kind of just smoked out. Now, what I'm going to do now, Beth was saying she wants to see the blue and the gold together. So I love those shades together. That's what my kitchen's made out of. It's navy and gold, like brushed gold hardware or whatnot, but navy cabinets. I love that. It's very nautical. I know. Okay, I digress. All right, let's take Oh Starry Night, and let's do Gloss Over 2. So we're going to take those two as well. Let's do Oh Starry Night first. And this is going to go right here, just on the outer. I like the depth of this, and I like, so, okay, this has definitely more like blue. The navy has a little bit of black in it, you could tell, and you can tell because they're right beside each other now. Can y'all see that? How this is definitely more of a blue undertone, and then this navy was had a little bit of black in it, which is I like that. So this is that shade R Starry Night, and it definitely has some glitter pieces to it. That's what it looks like if you just put it on like this, but I was using a brush just to blend it out and make it less intense, but you can intensify it up, definitely. So that is definitely a lot deeper. And then Exquisite Opulence. So this is the gold that we were chatting about. Let me use a brush because I think I needed to use a brush with this, which is totally fine. I don't like that on me. I didn't do that right. Like, what did I do? I totally just messed that all up. That did not look good. 1 second. This is what happens when you're just playing around. I did not like that on me. Oh my. Hold on. Let's start over. Let's do it a different way. Let's do the gold. There we go. I didn't like it all over my lid like that. I don't know. I just felt like for me, it wasn't like the look I was going for. But you know what? That's how you learn what you like. Okay, so here is the gold as a liner. And I'm doing it kind of heavy as a liner. Right there on the lid. And then we are going to use this gloss over, which is kind of that. Oh, I'm missing some things. Sorry. Okay, we estimated and really tried to make it so that there was more than enough stock for launch. So Temptalia is saying that she's hoping that there's enough stock for the launch. So hopefully there is. And then let's see. Okay, so she thinks it's significantly more than what they've had available at other launches. So that's good. That's good. What else? Which palette has the lightest shades? So I'll show you that in just a second, Marie. I'm just playing with this blue and gold, and I may not be the best person to play with blue and gold together. Although I like it. The gold was a little more than what I thought it would be. Maybe if I blend the gold and the blue together, we'll get some cool combination. That kind of looks cool. All right. I like the gold a little more sheer for me personally. This is kind of sweet. What do you think about that one? Different, huh? More of a neutral girl, so I might try On the Horizon palette. So the On the Horizon palette is this one. That is the most kind of neutral, lighter. And this is in the shade Light. And then we've done a couple shade, like if you want to go back, like after it's done, we've done a couple different looks with all the palettes, and I'll do timestamps so that you guys can see because it's been a while. Yeah, well, Jen, she was saying in the release, the PR release, that you can, the deep and light versions can be mixed to create whichever perfect set you want. So like if you wanted a lighter version or you want a deeper version of one or the other. So now, Temptalia, does that mean if you get a set, you can pick like a dark of one, a light of another, and a dark of another? Is that what it's saying? So if I wanted the dark in, you know, on the horizon, but I wanted the light in radiant reflection, I could do that. I could make my own set of palettes. Is that what it's saying? Just for clarification. On the horizon, Marie, that is your most neutral. So on the horizon is your most neutral palette. Here. So that is that. And swatches are, we did arm swatches of them all and everything like that. The one that surprised me the most, though, is definitely this one, you guys. I just would never probably pick this, honestly, for myself. And there's a lot you can do with this palette. There's a lot you can do with this palette, for sure. I really like it. Yes, so you can mix and match, which is awesome. That is so cool. What a good idea. Y'all are rocking it. Okay, so you're saying, so if I wanted, okay, radiant reflection in deep, and then I wanted on the horizon in light, and then I'm like, oh, you know what? I want a deep in quintessence, then I could do that too. So you can mix and match and create whichever ones you want. That is so cool. And then I showed at the beginning, but this, if you get all three, they create this really beautiful picture. And I don't know, it's reflected, but they connect to this really pretty picture, and each one has, it makes sense, the kind of story behind each one, because this one's in the sky and it's mostly celestial constellation inspired, and you see that within the shades that are produced or have been created in here. So that's that. It looks very celestial, very like sky looking. And I think my favorite shade so far in this one was this Milky Way shade. I think it's so cool. That is this shade here. Isn't that such a neat shade? I mean, you pop that on wrong way. You pop that on everything or anything, and it's just going to lighten it and brighten it, and really just kind of, if it's too dark, then you can just, camouflage it, if that makes sense. And then, so this was really cool. Just overview is what I'm trying to do. So overview, swatched, like when they swatched on my arms, they were swatching not the greatest. I'll have to just admit they weren't swatching the greatest. And in fact, this was the last one. You can see like some of them just swatch out a little bit, and then like this one swatched a little. But once you put them on your eyes, like it didn't matter how they swatched. And like I was saying before, swatching is subjective, right? I mean, until you put it on your eyes, it doesn't really matter in the end, but it gives you a good idea of what it would look like, right? Okay, so let's talk about the first palette. This is the Quintessence palette, and loved this shade, the Milky Way. These Reaching Zenith and Parallax shades pulled a bit purple on me, which was quite interesting, as well as Aurora pulled pretty purple. This Borealis has your kind of gold glitter in it, whereas your Galactic Muse has your silver glitter in it. That is really nice. in general. Otherwise, black swatched really well. Beautiful. I didn't use the black though. So more to come on that one. We used a lot of different, we created a few different looks on this one. So if you want to go back after we're done, happy to put the timestamps in to show you the different looks on this one. Okay, next up is On the Horizon. So On the Horizon is this one. It has the dog in it and the beautiful moon. You open this one and you're getting the most neutral palette here that was created in this set. So you can see that you have a lot, you have kind of like, you know, this really pretty champagne. And then this has your gold glitter. It's not really glitter, it's like a shimmer. So let me rephrase that, shimmer. This was green. We did a look on this with the green. Magellan's Light was beautiful. These are really pretty. Oh my gosh, those are so pretty. Lunar Illumination, I think, is my favorite out of this. Just if I were to pick a favorite. And I love the navy. So if we're going navy and Lunar Illumination, just to show you kind of quickly, those two are really, really nice and pretty. And they transfer on the eyes beautifully too. Calming Presence was really pretty too. We used that as well. So we used a lot of these in here just to try to really identify neutral looks and how they would look. And I really liked that. It was really, really nice, really pretty. And then last but not least is the one that we ended up playing around with probably the most out of them all. It's really this jewel tone palette. And I love, you know, her take on this was kind of more of an inner reflect and looking at us all as individuals. I can't speak. And this to discover a rainbow of luxurious jewel tones just waiting to be explored. And I love that because I think this palette is probably the most fun and really most surprising palette of them all. Like I said before, if I were to pick one off the internet that I was wanting to get, I'd probably pick On the Horizon because it's most neutral, right? This one is super surprising because it's actually very, you can make this very wearable. You can make this extremely wearable. And I'm kind of really excited about that because it's just, I mean, these are just not shades I would normally reach for every day. I'm just being 100% honest. And, you know, I love playing with, y'all know, I just love me some eyeshadow and love to play. But like I said, you know, this isn't something that I necessarily would reach for every day, yet I'm very inspired by this palette. It's got me like really wanting, I really want to use this more because I think that there's just a lot, like these two looks I made from this palette. You know, I mean, and we created a bunch of, like we just did like a little liner or, you know, these are actually very easy to use. And these are the pops, you know, these are the pops of color that are not there. I mean, they've got pop, they've got color, guys, but they're not to the extent of you can sheer them out so in such a pretty way. And I'm really, really, I don't know, this one's an interesting one for me. And probably you're probably like, oh my gosh, she's like really liking that one. So yeah, and Dearest Constant, great shade. And I believe this is one of the shades that, like, if you're, let's see, hold on. The light and deep shades are, let's see, are there, is each palette come in a light and deep? I think I read on the blog that maybe not. Hold on, let me look. Unstoppable Love, oh yeah. Unstoppable Love, Dearest Constant. This is a light and deep shadow. So this one here, right? This is, this comes in a deep. And then Unstoppable Love. I was trying to do some research before I got on here. So Unstoppable Love is in this one, right? No. Let me see. Unstoppable Love, where are you? Did I miss it? Dearest Constant. Oh, right here. Same palette. Sorry. It was this one here. So this one and this one are the ones that are in the light, that are different in the light and deep version here for this particular palette. And then let's see. I believe, I'm not quite sure the others though. I'd have to look. Unstoppable Love, Dearest Constant. Okay. So this one and this one are the ones. Thank you so much. I was looking it up, but I couldn't find the other one. And then you were saying, October Odyssey and Infinite Echoes. Okay, on the horizon. Okay, so let's look. Just to show you which ones are going to be different. Okay, so October Odyssey, this one comes in a deeper version, and Infinite Echoes comes in a deeper version here. So just to show you, this is the On the Horizon palette here. So that is that. Those come in deep, just these two shades come in different, like deeper shades. And then let's see, the other one is, it the Reaching Zenith and Parallax? I bet it is. I'm not quite sure, but I'm so glad she's here to answer questions. It makes it so much easier. I bet it's these two, but I'm not quite sure. Let's wait for her to answer. So this one is the Quintessence palette. Zenith and Parallax. Sorry. Yes, Zenith and Parallax. She wrote it in there. So those two are deeper. Very nice. So definitely, I can definitely see how these would definitely be needed for a deeper complexion or whatnot. Thank you so much for that. Good as awesome Russian routine. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jen. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you. It's so nice to meet you. You're welcome, Marie. Oh, yay, I'm so glad you did too. Yeah, you can mix. That's so awesome. I do not. I can reach out to see. I'll reach out to Cindy Grace and see though. I'm happy to. I was just sent these and I was just so excited to play with them. Like I was like, let's just do a lab and just see, you know, not sponsor or anything, but they were so kind to send these to me. And I was just like, thank you. And I wanted to play. I know. It shears out so pretty, right? Yeah. You are so, they're actually not terrible. Give me just a second. I'm going to find the other ones real quick. Hold on. All right, so I was asked about a few neutrals that would complement these palettes. So there are some really good ones. If you're looking for kind of a, like Beaches is a good just all around, kind of a yellow all over shadow. And then I would also say if you're looking for kind of more of a matte neutral, this is so pretty. This is called Laughter. She has a lot of these types of shades in like these rosy shades in the palettes I noticed. So not a lot, but like this would complement the palette well. And then, so Laughter would complement it well. If you're a little deeper in skin tone, then I would suggest Treasure All as a good complement to that. So this is Treasure All, a good kind of, I've got swatches all over me. Look at this. That was the last palette. That's the Jewel Tone palette. Let's see. Treasure All. Can you see that right there? Good. Right there. There we go. And then let me do this one, which is Laughter. Laughter. Right there. It's kind of that mauvey pinky. Really pretty. And then also, if you are looking for, these are just singles, and some of these were gifted. And then if you're looking for another, like if you're looking for a more cool tone, Speedway is really great transition shade. And that's another one too that I would highly recommend. That's really pretty. A really good, kind of just pretty shade. And then let's see the other one. So let's see. This is Cherish. Show. I can't speak now. Cherish is in the Enduring Love palette that you were speaking of before, in the light palette. This one was gifted to me, but this is a great kind of everyday neutral crease shade for me, like in my complexion. They do have a deeper tone for this in the deeper palette too. So just to kind of give y'all an idea of what they look like, and some other shades that if you're looking for singles or something to complement some of these palettes, because yeah, it's kind of cool. All right. Any other questions or anything you need, have thoughts or, want to see or anything like that? I'm happy to do so. And thank you, Temptalia, for coming. I really appreciate it. That is so sweet of you. Thank you. I really appreciate you coming. That means so much to me, honestly. You have no idea. So thank you so much. It's very, very sweet and kind. Any other questions or anything else? We've gone over a lot. So and I will link below. I will make sure that you guys have the information below. So I'll put all of that in the details below in the description box, as well as anything I used and, all of that. So yeah, anything else or anything you'd like to see or, yeah. Let me see. You're so welcome. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Y'all have no idea. This means so much to me for y'all coming, and yeah, I just really appreciate it. And I'm just very thankful. I'm very thankful. And thank you so much, Christine, for coming. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for the palettes. I really appreciate that as well. And all right, y'all, I hope this is helpful for y'all. Like I said, I invite you to subscribe and like and share and comment below. We'd love to have you here. And I will see you soon. Thank you guys again, and bye, guys.